Imagine this. A royal bombshell explodes, ripping through the heart of the British monarchy like a thunderclap in a silent storm. Secrets buried for decades claw their way to the surface, exposing betrayal, murder plots, and a queen consort's dark hand in the tragedy that stole Princess Diana from the world. Camilla Parker Bowles, expelled from the palace in disgrace, her crown shattered, her legacy in ruins. But how did it all unravel? Buckle up, because this is the jaw-dropping tale of hidden tapes, forbidden letters, and a family's quest for vengeance that changed everything forever. It all kicked off with a whisper. Not a bang, but boy, did that whisper turn into a roar. Back in March 2025, Prince William didn't make a big splash. He kept it under wraps. He greenlit this super-secret legal probe called Operation Orchid. Nobody outside a tiny circle even knew it was happening. And get this, it wasn't about some foreign spy drama or political backstabbing. Nope, this was personal. Explosively personal. William was digging into the death of his mom, Princess Diana, that heartbreaking car crash in Paris back in 1997. For years, the story was sold as a freak accident, too much speed, paparazzi chaos, a drunk driver. The world bought it mostly, but those nagging doubts never died. Tabloids fueled the fire with conspiracy theories, and people whispered in pubs about foul play. Operation Orchid? It zeroed in like a laser on those last 72 hours of Diana's life, from August 28th to the 31st. What they found? Chilling stuff that made your skin crawl. Documents surfaced showing Diana's security team got weirdly delayed that night. Her protection detail? Downgraded right before the crash. And archived files from the British Embassy in Paris had redactions everywhere, like someone was scrubbing the truth clean. Then, bam! Encrypted messages popped up from Clarence House, labeled Legacy YSI. Vague but ominous as hell. They talked about Diana's destabilizing risk that needed handling, like she was a problem to be solved. But the real gut punch came in May 2025. A recording from August 29, 1997. Camilla's voice, clear as day, on tape. She sounded so casual, but her words? Devastating. Are you sure the escort can wait? That 45-minute delay? To put Diana's car straight into the path of disaster in the Alma Tunnel. Piece by piece, it stopped looking like bad luck. It screamed setup, orchestration, betrayal from the inside. What started as a quiet review ballooned into a full-blown crisis. The monarchy's core was rotting with deceit. And lurking in the background, had Diana left clues? Messages screaming from the grave? Turns out, yes. Let's dive into those letters that blew the lid off everything. Fast forward to June 2025. The world gets rocked again. 2 sealed letters from the Royal Archives get authenticated by top forensic pros. Handwriting matches, inks right, papers aged perfectly. These are Diana's words, straight from her pen, untouched for almost 30 years. The first one, from October 1996, reads like a prophecy. There is a plan. Camilla has more power than anyone believes. Back then, folks brushed it off as stress or paranoia from a woman in the spotlight. But with Orchid's dirt on alliances and cover-ups, it hit like a warning shot nobody heeded. The second letter? June 1997, with orders to open only if something went wrong on her upcoming trip. That trip? To the French Riviera with Dodi Al-Fayed, the one she never came back from. It stayed sealed until William, using his royal muscle, cracked it open in May 2025. On June 15th, they go public. Chaos ensues. Social media erupts, hashtag Justice for Diana trends in 81 countries. Headlines scream her words. TV pundits read them out, voices cracking. Vigils pop up everywhere, candles flickering in the night. People finally get it. Diana knew. She feared for her life. She suspected the worst and planted seeds of truth to sprout later. After nearly 3 decades, her voice echoes loud and clear, fearless, unignorable. The world isn't just hearing her. It's demanding answers. But wait, there's more. What about the bold new path Diana was carving before it all ended? The humanitarian fire she was stoking? Picture Diana in early 1997, glowing under the lights at a New York gala. The United Cerebral Palsy Charity crowns her Humanitarian of the Year. It's not just an award, it's her essence, turning pain into purpose, touching lives worldwide. Then, bam, January hits and she's in Angola, walking a minefield for the Halo Trust. No gown, just practical gear, stepping through danger to spotlight landmines' horror. Photos go viral, her quiet bravery screaming louder than words. Back home, she's schmoozing with power players. May 1997. Tony Blair and his wife Sherry host her at Checkers. They're plotting outreach, ways to amplify her voice even without the full royal stamp. She dreams of being a goodwill ambassador, unofficial but unstoppable. Her jet-setting continues. Late May, Pakistan, fundraising for Imran Khan's hospital, healthcare and education for the forgotten. June's packed. Royal Albert Hall for Swan Lake, mingling with dancers. Then the White House with Hillary Clinton. Days later, Christie's auction in New York, selling her famous dresses for charity. It's a reinvention. Vanity Fair's July cover screams, Diana Reborn. Gianni Versace nails it. There's a kind of serenity. She has found herself. It's her peak, purposeful, hopeful, free. But how much got snuffed out by jealousy and schemes? The truth about her death, will it stay buried or explode fully? Enter Princess and the no-nonsense royal powerhouse. She's always been the steady one, ignoring gossip, focusing on facts. But when Diana's letters resurface and smells blood, this isn't emotion, it's evidence time. She skips palace insiders, taps Edward Septimus, a retired auditor who's a wizard at sniffing out hidden cash trails. They hunt financial ghosts from 1997. Jackpot. August 29th, 2 days before the crash, $2.4 million sloshes from a Cayman Islands trust to a shady Paris outfit, Licentia Global. No real business, just a ghost company tied to a surveillance disruption at the Ritz. Dig deeper. Encrypted emails from Harrison Dent, Camilla's aide, to Licentia's UK contact. August 20th message. Final assurance required. Delays are non-attributable. Code for something sinister. July 12, 2025, and corners King Charles in a sealed room. Lays it all out, transfers, emails, intel. Charles goes pale, silent for an hour, and cuts deep. She killed our mother's peace. Charles croaks. Do what must be done. Denial crumbles. Betrayals exposed. Diana's fears? Vindicated. Justice awakens after years asleep. But can a trial cut through the power plays? July 24th, 2025. Westminster Hall, ancient and epic, hosts a royal showdown. For the first time ever, a queen consort on trial, not in public court but a crown tribunal. Camilla, accused of conspiracy, betrayal, justice, obstruction. Broadcast live, it's global theater. Prosecution's ruthless. Diana's letters first, then Licentia's money trail, Clarence House emails. The killer? Camilla's recording, her voice plotting delays. She sits stone-faced in Navy, defense claiming it's all mess, not malice. Outside, public's furious. Then William stands, not as heir, but son. Holds Diana's letter, voice shaking. They want me out of the way. Silence deafens. My mother knew who she was fighting, and we failed her. On forgiveness, not mine to give. Justice is. July 28th. Guilty. Titles gone, duties axed. Exile to the Isle of Skye. Monarchy quakes, public cheers. Truth wins. But the storm rages on. Who carries Diana's torch now? Exile's no endgame. August 9th. Leak drops, Protocol 97. A secret pact shielding Camilla post-Diana. Fury reignites. King's silence? Smells like cover-up. Enter Catherine, Princess of Wales, poised. Smart. August 18th. She quietly routs Diana's treasures. Sapphire ring, Spencer tiara, diaries, to granddaughter Charlotte. Not archives, direct heirloom. Statement made. September 1st, 2025. 28 years since Diana's death. Catherine and Charlotte at Althorpe Memorial, no fanfare. Charlotte lays a white rose. Word spreads. Roses bloom everywhere. Crowds gather. Roses raised. His healing, trust rebuilt. Monarchy saved not by force, but grace. Diana's legacy lives eternal. Now that hits the core, right? But let's flesh it out more, because the story's got layers that demand unpacking. Think about the initial spark, William's quiet fury in March 2025. He's not the impulsive type. This was calculated. A son honoring his mother's memory by seeking cold truth. Operation Orchid wasn't some wild goose chase. It was methodical, sifting through dusty files, digital ghosts, and whispers from old insiders. The motorcade delay? Not random. Orders came from high up, rerouting escorts under flimsy pretexts. Security downgrade? Paperwork shows it was pushed through Clarence House channels. Camilla's domain back then as Charles's confidant. Those encrypted legacy YSI messages? YSI may be your secret inheritance or something coded, but they painted Diana as a threat to stability. Handling her? Eerie. And Camilla's tape. Imagine hearing that voice, so composed, sealing a fate. It's the stuff of nightmares. Turning accident into assassination, Diana's letters? Heart-wrenching. The 1996 one details suspicions of plots, naming Camilla's influence. 1997's? A contingency plan listing contacts, fears of sabotage. Public release? It unified a divided world. Protests, petitions, even calls for monarchy reform. Vigils weren't just mournful. They were angry, demanding accountability. Diana's 1997 rebirth? Inspiring. Angola minefield walk? She risked it all to ban landmines, leading to global treaties. Blair meetings? Plotting anti-poverty pushes. Pakistan trip? Raised millions for hospitals. White House? Bonding with Hillary over women's rights. Auction? Donated proceeds to AIDS charities. Versace's words capture her glow? Serene. Empowered. Ends probe? Masterclass in tenacity. Septimus uncovered Licentia's ties to private security firms specializing in disruptions. Emails? Dense fingerprints everywhere. linking to Camilla's approvals. Charles's meeting, pivotal heartbreak, king facing his wife's shadow. Trial, epic. Westminster's history, trials of kings past echoed. Evidence stacked. Letters as motive proof, finances as means, recording as smoking gun. William's testimony, tearjerker humanizing the royals. Verdict, cathartic, but exile to sky, harsh, windswept isolation. Leak, Protocol 97 detailed hush money, media spins, public backlash, massive approval ratings tanked. Catherine's moves, genius, preserving Diana's essence for Charlotte, symbolizing unbroken lineage. The rose, poetic justice. Charlotte's act sparked a movement,